Welcome to Gothenburg and Liseberg's amusement park. We're going to tell you something intense, something thrilling, something really exciting. This is Project Helix. In a year and a half from now, you will be able to experience one of the most thrilling roller coasters ever built here at Liseberg in Gothenburg. 1.4 kilometers long, and at a cost of 22 million euros, you will find the new roller coaster that is called Helix here. And Andreas Andersen, CEO and President here at Liseberg, why do you build a thing like this?
Well, we have a very long tradition of building some of the best roller coasters in the world here at Liseberg, with Lisebergbanan, with Balder. And we felt that it was time to take the next step, and we haven't built a major coaster in 10 years. So we thought it's time to do this.
So lots has happened when it comes to roller coasters throughout the world, and I'll bet that you've been around looking at different things, and I mean the project has already been on blueprint for a while. So tell us a bit about the features. What will we experience?
Well, it's a very comfortable ride. It's a long ride. It's 1.4 kilometers. It will feature 6 inversions, 2 launches, lots of airtime, and you could say the ambition with this ride was to build something really fun, thrilling but fun, and also you could say comfortable in the sense that we're using the Blue Fire technology with very comfortable trains and very smooth track.
And this is something that is very important when it comes to things like this, but you're also telling us that it is a very thrilling thing. Would this suit a whole family?
It's a good question. I mean, you never really know how a coaster will work out, but I think that with the train technology and with the tracks being of the quality they are, I do think that it's going to have a pretty broad appeal.
Well, looking around us, we know that Liseberg is already filled of attractions. So where will a big thing like Helix fit in?
Well, it will fit in. We're building it on the mountain next to Lisebergbanan, but we're trying to sort of having it intertwine with existing attraction that dives under Lisebergbanan and over it in other places, turns around, flume ride, etc. So we're really trying to integrate it in the existing environment and the existing structures on the mountain.
So 200 million Swedish crowns, about 22 million euros. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but it also, you could say, it is what it takes to build a really world-class roller coaster. And that is really the ambition here, is to build a true world-class attraction at Liseberg.
Well, this is a great commitment, and of course you need a great team behind this. A group of people that are very skilled, and some of them you'll meet here.
The Helix project, it's not going to be the biggest in the world, it's not going to be the fastest, the tallest, but we want it to be the best experience, and the best experience for our guests, the sector that we're appealing to. We're reusing this building, so you will actually enter, your entrance will be up the escalator and into the old pre-show room, which will become the queuing area, and you'll come out of the building and fall around this area and then be shot through the park and through all the effects. Well, of course it'll change the park. I mean, we're trying to integrate this into, it's going to be over 1 kilometre of track into other attractions onto the hill, and Liseberg, the Liseberg Hill, I mean, it's a very precious thing, and so it's going to impact it, but hopefully it will improve the park.
And strange as it may sound, Albert Einstein has in fact been a great source of inspiration in the development of the Helix project.
From the special theory of relativity, that mass and energy are...
Einstein was here basically, which is a great sort of gift to us, in that it was 1923 he came and gave a lecture. He was given the Nobel Prize for photoelectric effect. We want to raise the adrenaline before you get to the ride. I mean, that's the whole thing. You know, people are going to stand in line and ride this ride, and so they need to have that anticipation, and we're about giving experience.
Welcome to Germany and Europa Park. This park is run by the Mack family, who is also constructing the Helix project in Gothenburg. And in fact, the roller coaster you see behind me, the Blue Fire, is one of their own roller coasters that is also featuring lots of, well, things that you'll find on the one in Gothenburg in a year and a half from now. So why don't you follow me? Let's go along on this one and try it. No. Shoulder restraints, it's just like this. Hold on to this one to check your heart rate actually. Well, that's what I call a ride in the park. Very, very smooth. Well, it is a great ride, absolutely. And I told you about Mats here. He's Swedish, and actually we met each other before, and I know that he's thrilled about roller coasters. You have more than 500 coasters behind you, and you're working here. Since when?
Yes, I've been working here for the whole season.
Oh, great. So tell me, what do you think about Blue Fire?
It's a really, really good ride. It's very comfortable, it's not painful. The trains are really good, the seats, the restraints, that's the way it should be.
So let's ask someone about their experience in this ride.
I think it's great.
Why?
It's, I don't know, the feeling, all this, it's very great.
It was wonderful. I was in the first row, and it's excellent.
I thought it was a really fun ride.
So why is that?
Because it seems really scary at the beginning, but it's actually not. It's really fun.
So are there any unique features? I know there should be, but is there anything that you can tell us now already about the Helix project?
Well, I think that the whole ride himself is a symphony of many different ingredients, so to say. You have a beautiful car, you have a very well-bended track, you interfere excellently with the nature and the settings of the Park Liseberg, the smoothness of it, and on top of that it's the longest ride Mack ever built. So you have a very long and very long track, and I think it's a mix of everything. But you have a couple of surprises for sure in it, which might be not so spectacular at a first look, but once you ride it, it's the overall experience which would be most certainly one of the best coasters in the world.
Andreas, it's not the longest, it's not the tallest, it's not the fastest, but still you claim that this is the most thrilling ride that will be built here in Liseberg, Helix. Why is that?
Well, we certainly hope so. Well, you're only longest or fastest or tallest for a short while. What we wanted to build was a new classic. We wanted to build a ride which was just pure fun. And we've tried to really integrate as many features and elements into the ride as possible. I think the headline of this ride is more is more. You know, you have 6 inversions, you have 2 launches, you have all these features that will really make the ride, you know, very, very thrilling.
But did you know that there are actually people making research on roller coasters? Anne-Marie Pendrill, she's a professor in physics at the University of Gothenburg. Well, she is really eager to go on Helix.
Här kommer en launch och nu åker vi uppåt. Och en höger korkskruv där. I think it's going to be an exciting ride. There are 2 launches, 2 LSM launches, which will be beautiful. And then there's a beautiful pretzel loop and corkscrews and a 0G roll where you will be weightless while you fly over the hill.
Anne-Marie Pendrell thinks that it should be fun to study physics, and she derives a great deal of benefit from Liseberg's roller coaster when teaching at the University of Gothenburg.
Force and acceleration are known to be difficult for students, but they often start with something in the laboratory. It's outside your own body. And in a roller coaster, physics applies to your own body and you feel the forces in your body. And that makes a big difference.
Justin Garvanovich from England also loves roller coasters. Justin, who works with the European Coaster Club, has tested hundreds of different roller coasters all over the world.
Any idiot can design a good roller coaster. Simply, you go at least 100 meters in the air, say, drop you straight down the other side, it will be fantastic. The problem is what you do when you get to the bottom. You've got to keep it interesting after that point, and that's where lots of roller coasters fall down. A good roller coaster keeps your attention from beginning to end.
And despite the fact that it will be almost a year and a half before Justin will be able to test ride the new roller coaster here at Liseberg, he already has a pretty clear idea about what it will be like.
It's going to be excitement beyond belief, it really is. Just to make sure, just to see if everything works, you know, the diving within the trees and diving through the rides and thinking your head's going to come off as you dive under rides and trees. It's that sort of thing. It's pure excitement right now.
Well, Andreas, what is so fascinating about roller coasters?
I think it's both a question of physics and chemistry. Physics because we as human beings really like being tossed around. We like the sense of acceleration and speed and weightlessness. And chemistry because all these hormones are being released after a good roller coaster ride. Endorphins, adrenaline, cortisol, which gives us a sense of happiness after a really good roller coaster ride.
Weightlessness. Did you hear that? Some people think that you lose weight in a roller coaster.
That would be a very, very fun diet.
Well, we talk about airtime all the time. Then looking into the roller coaster overall as a phenomenon, how important is it to a park like Liseberg?
It's extremely important. I think that roller coasters are the anchor attractions in most amusement parks around the world, and the same is the case here at Liseberg. We've built some of the best roller coasters in the world in the past, true classics, and we want to build a new classic with this one.
That will be a part of a very, very old tradition, ever since 1923 when it all started. So let's walk down memory lane for a while.
As early as 1923, when Liseberg opened its gates for the very first time, they were able to proudly display the world's biggest roller coaster. A roller coaster that rapidly became the pride of the amusement park and which was to change form many times before it was dismantled in 1987. In 1966, it was time for the premiere of Super Otter, which was Liseberg's second roller coaster, though at first it was also called Skyliner. Super Otter became an enormous success and a very popular attraction right up to its last season in 1979. Liseberg's Lupin was launched in 1980, and just like its predecessor became enormously popular. When, in 1995, it was dismantled after 16 consecutive seasons, it had been ridden by no less than 14,300,000 passengers. In 1987, the amusement park proudly presented Liseberg's Banan, which at the time was the company's biggest investment ever. Today, 25 years later, it is still one of the most popular attractions in the park. In 1997, Hangover could finally be launched after a number of teething problems with the unique magnetic motors. But by 2002, Hangover had run its course for Liseberg. In 2003, Boulder was launched at an investment cost of 100 million Swedish krona. Boulder is the Nordic country's biggest wooden roller coaster and on 2 occasions was voted the best wooden roller coaster in the world. Since 2005, Kanonen has also taken its place at Liseberg and is the park's most explosive ride. The carriages are shot out of the station like a cannonball and in just 2 seconds reach a speed of 75 kilometers an hour.
Some of those old rides from Liseberg, and there's a new one coming up. But what do you think, Andreas, when you see those pictures?
Well, you know, some of them I actually haven't had the chance to ride, but some of them I actually have a very close relationship with. I really love Liseberg Banan. That's a ride which has a huge place in my heart.
Andreas, you are an enthusiast. I'm one myself. And looking out all over the world, you've got them. Roller coaster enthusiasts. What do you think that Helix will mean to them?
Well, I hope they'll come visit us. I mean, it's always great fun when the clubs and the enthusiasts, they visit the park and they always tell you how it is. They always give their true opinion on a ride. So I'm very anxious to get the reaction after this presentation, but first and foremost, I'm very anxious to hear what they say when they ride the ride in 1.5 years time.
And now when you've made it all official, when will it be possible for them to see what's happening here?
Well, we're gonna have a special website which is dedicated to the building of the ride, and we're gonna have a lot of different features and interactivity, and you can follow the construction over the next 18 months.
Okay, over the next 18 months. I know that you've been working on this for years now on paper, but when will we actually see? When will they start digging here?
In a couple of months. I mean, we've been designing for the last 1.5 to 2 years. The actual construction will start shortly after Christmas.
Well, thank you very much, Andreas, and I suspect that there are quite a few that are waiting for this roller coaster to open up and launch in 2014. But you don't have to wait that long, because now already, with the help of the computers, we're going to get you on the ride. So hold on, here we go.